Good day to you, all my viewers and listeners. Welcome back to another edition of Emotional Control Talk with Ayo Adejumo, aka Diamond Mind. You can easily subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe bell button. Make your comment at the end of my YouTube channel, like it and share it with all your friends. It is all educative and eye-opening. My content is all about feelings or emotional. What is emotion? Emotion is a deep feeling that we are reacting to at any point in our life. Is a part of all human being, and it has of two sides. We have the negative side and the positive side. It is what we are reacting to at any particular time, at any circumstances in our life. But the ability for each individual to understand them and manage and control them give us edge ahead of any one of us. It is very important for us to know that our mind is an institution that we need to study critically, and begins to manage whatever that springs forth within our mind. That is why the good book says, keep your heart with all diligence. Out of your mind are issues of life. And the good book did not stop in that, saying further that it is not that good food that you are eating, neither the clean water that you are taking in that make you to become bad or good in the society that you find yourself, but what you think within your mind. He said within the mind, evil thought and good thoughts spring forth. So that is why he's reminding us that we need to keep that heart with all diligence. Out of it, there are issues of life. Feelings are reflected inside us. Our spirit has three things. He has our intelligence, our spirit has our feelings, and our spirit has our character. Is the one that molds our character, is the one that reflects our feelings, and is the one that brings information into our body. That is why it is very essential for us. A God in his love sent it into my mind to speak it to the people who care to listen. So that is why it is very important. We have a major feelings, we have the minor feelings. We have feelings that have different name in different form. That is why I'm saying this categorically, that we need to understand feeling inside us and begins to manage it. Out of millions of feelings that we have, I want to speak on one, which is anger. What is anger, and why do we need to understand our anger, and the reason for us to control our anger? That is the important. What is anger, if I may ask? Anger is a deep feelings of displeasure, dishonesty, disagreement, many things like that. Hostility within ourselves. When someone argue goes so long, it could cause disunity among the society. It could cause commotion, and it triggers some mid anger that society will be scared of. That is why it is very important for us to know our anger, to understand that this is anger. Many times we display a very serious anger in our society. When we are displeased with any situation, with any information, with any argument, with any relationship that doesn't good. Look at our marriage today. Angry situation has caused the marriage to be scattered. Look at our society today. We have division among ourselves. It's because we don't have a proper information. Even though we have a proper information, do we understand that information to that brim that give us the unity that we needed? No, there's disunity. What of the tribe disunity? What of the tribe disunity? What of the religious disunity that occurs in our, that bring anger, that makes some people to burn their churches, burn mosques in every areas of our life? What of the political disunity that cause a lot of people damage their life, that send some people to the early grave? That is what I'm saying. What of all their life that have been lost through the hangers that have occurred to them? Many times in our life, we are suffer from serious anger that affected us. Even father to a child could display a anger that rain havoc to that particular child? Is it not today that we've been listening to a news that show that a child is being beaten and battered, and at the end the child gives us the ghost? What of a wife to a husband that displays an anger that shoots or struck his under with his husband with his knife? What of a man that strangle a woman to death? That is the way we display our anger in the society. That is why it is very necessary for you to follow me on this YouTube channel, and you will be getting the best that you needed to get. So that leads me to the second sub heading, which says, how do we understand our anger? How do we understand our anger? Number one, we need to understand our anger when we are having a very long argument, a long unnecessary argument. Look at the society today. You can be easily hearing, maybe because of two best players in the world, some people will be arguing, other one will be arguing. Before we know, it leads to catastrophe. So we need to understand that when our argument is becoming more longer, we need to avoid any rash thing that can happen within us. Another one, when we misunderstand information, somebody throw some information, say some word into public, and before you know, he misunderstood it for another things, and it become things that we cannot solve anymore. Number three thing is that we need to live a modest life, a modesty life that can make us to think. And number three says rash character that we display at any time. You can see somebody that just misbehave at any point in life, and before you know, it becomes things that you cannot solve anymore. So that leads me to number three, that how do we manage control? Why do we need to manage and control our anger? We need to manage and control our anger to avoid disunity among our society. Anger causes disunity among the society, not only society, in the family. Friends has disunity because they could not able to control their anger. Wife and husband has disunity because they could not able to control that anger. Society to society, a nation to a nation, and country to a country. Look at what is happening in Ukraine and Russians. It's because they did not got themselves, information is not proper, and they have disunity among themselves. Many lives is being lost at that particular place. The Russia is proving that they can be the best in the world, while the Ukraine also is proving that they can be the best in the world. This is a reaction of anger that caused them in that way. Number two is to make our society a modesty. When we manage our anger and control our anger, it will make our society to be modesty. I still use an example of that Ukraine and Russia. If they could able to understand what they are saying, that one will not resort to war between them. That is a proof of anger between the two countries. Number three, to become role model or model to a specific life. I want to make a real example of our Lord Jesus Christ and our Prophet Muhammad. They could able to become a role model when they could able to understand their anger and they suppress it. They suppress that anger to the extent that even Jesus Christ says, if somebody slap you from the left, and turn the right. And there are a lot of teaching from the Prophet Muhammad that make people to know that you must not show any anger to any society. So that is therefore it is very important for us to understand our feeling. Anger is part of our feeling that we need to understand at any point of our life, and we need to do what? Control it, manage it, and curtail it. It could be negative one and it could be positive one. When you are showing an anger in a negative one, people condemn you. But when you are showing your anger in a positive one, anyone that reason with you, people will say you are doing the right thing. So let us choose the positive anger and control it in a positive way, and it will help us in our society. That is why I said our mind is an institution that we need to study and understand and have absolute control over it. It is very important for us. So therefore, control your anger at any point in your life. This is where I'm going to drop the curtain of today's edition of emotional control. Talk with Ayo Adejuma, aka Diamond Man. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe bell button. Make your comment at the end of my YouTube channel. Like it and share it with all your friends. I'm coming more for more and more topic on this channel. The next one is going to be courage. I don't want to be talking about negative feeling anymore. I want to talk about positive. Courage is the next topic I'm going to take on this issue. So before that time, see you and control your anger. Thank you very much.